The lesson today is about trigonometric derivatives. Rule number 1. F of x equals sine x, then f prime equal cosine x. Rule number 2. F of x equal cosine x, then f prime equal minus sine x. Let's make an agreement. If you have a trigonometric function starting with letter C, then at the beginning of the derivative, remember to put minus sign. Look at the examples in front of you. All those three functions have letter C at the beginning: cosine, cotan, and cosecant, letter C. And you will notice that the first derivatives of each one of them has a minus sign. Just keep this in mind. Now, how to memorize the derivative of tan and cotan? First of all, tan is basically sine x divided by cosine x. Now, if you go to tan prime, I want to think about it as replacing sine by 1, and it is 1 over cosine times 1 over cosine. This basically it is secant x times secant x, and you can conclude that the tan primal x is basically secant square x. Now you can apply the same concept to the derivative of cotan. First of all, cotan starts with letter C, thus we keep in mind the derivative should have minus sign. Secondly, cotan is basically cosine over sine. Thus what you will do basically, you will replace cosine by 1, and it's gonna be 1 over sine x times 1 over sine x, and you end up having cotan primal x, it is minus 1 over sine, which is minus cosecant x times cosecant x. You end up having cotan primal x as minus cosecant square x. Now, to memorize the derivative of secant and cosecant, we have to build up a fictional story. For an example, tan x and secant x became friends because of the following discovery. Tan x is basically sine x divided by cosine, and secant is 1 divided by cosine. Both of them, they discovered that they are sharing the same lower part, which is cosine x. Because of that, they decided to become friends. And how did they translate their friendship? By saying the following. The derivative of secant x is basically secant x times tan x, and this comes because both of them, secant and tan, have the same lower part, which is cosine. Now you can apply the same concept to the friendship of cosecant x and cotan x, but please keep in mind that when you want to take the derivative of cosecant, it's a trigonometric function starting with letter C, thus we should add the minus sign to the first derivative. You will end up having the derivative of cosecant x as following. It should be minus cosecant x times cotan x. And why? Because cotan x is basically cosine divided by sine, and cosecant is 1 over sine, and by this you will discover that cotan and cosecant are sharing the same lower part. That was the end of the lesson. This is a summary of all rules you're supposed to summarize and memorize at the same time. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and thank you for watching this short movie.